Hello and welcome, Omen Storm here. And we are here with Tie 2 this time around. Oops, I don't want to go overwrite game 1, I want to overwrite game 2. I've tried recording this a few times in the past and have had some issues, but hey, I now have a good idea of what all we're going to do in this episode. So, we're going to start this episode, we're going to go check out this game. Well, we're not going to check out this game. This is going to be the first episode of the series because we're going to play through this entire game. But this is the second game in the Tasmanian Tiger franchise. There's a lot of returning things and a lot of new things.
Hold on, Ty. I know a shortcut.
I sure hope Ranger Ken got our message.
Speak of the Tasmanian Devil.
I thought you said this was a shortcut.
It is.
Whoa!
And like that, the suspension was
Mate.
absolutely
It took
devastated.
your time. The little country town of Currawong is under attack. What muck would want to do this?
The local security is in the thick of it. One of their mates is holed up at the old barracks.
Oh, it's a shocker out there. Frills have breached the Northern River.
Sly, Shazza, I'm gonna need your help.
You can count on us.
If we follow this road, it'll take us up to the old barracks.
Okay, let's go.
I do like this, all the new stuff that we're gonna get. We have a bit more interesting environments and they're a bit more, I'm not sure what to say for the word. I want to say diverse, but that's not quite accurate. I think I'd say they're a bit more interesting than the original worlds for the first game, but this has a lot of interesting stuff in it. I'll kind of cover some of them as I approach them, but one of the first things that we have is that Opals is no longer a 300 per level thing. It's now your standard currency, more or less. So you already see that I have about 600. That will go and increase. I'm also starting this game out with 2 boomerangs instead of having to go fetch a second one. Oh, I had forgotten that was there. Oh, there's actually several of these. Ow, and I immediately actually need that one. Well, that's embarrassing. Oh, we got another one right over here. Oh, and we've got Frills messing with one of the bunyips. But these little things, I believe they're all called bunyips.
That's the last of the frills,
I'm
Possum.
not 100%
fire's
certain
out.
on that now that I
Let's
think
go.
about it. But a lot of the mechanics are still the same as they were in the first game. Again, new mechanics I'll kind of cover as I reach them. Thinking on, I did say I do have an idea for what we were going to cover in this episode, and after having tried to record this about 7 times too many, I can say that I do know what will be covered in this based off those way too many previous recording attempts. But we're going to cover this first
Look
level,
out,
and then we're going to...
Let me at him.
Oh, yeah, we have these new guys, which are one of the new enemy types for this game. But we'll cover this first level, and then we will cover the training grounds in the area that we will head to after this. There isn't... Oh, there is one more. I was going to say, there isn't any more, right? I do like these guys. It's interesting to see Nettie is a
Not too far to the old barracks
semi-generic
now.
enemy. Actually, no, I should be calling them a generic enemy. That isn't Nettie, they're just Netties, which... That sounds stupider than even what it sounded like in my head. That's an accomplishment. Oh, and we have the first of the bunyips. I do quite...
Possum, we have to get to the other side of the bridge.
See that battle bunyip? Maybe you can use it to clear the debris blocking the path.
I do quite like them. It is odd. The one thing that, even as a kid, I found odd is how kind of have these bunyips that are these machines and such, and they're so different from the bunyip elder from the first game. Julius's science fact number 820. The battle bunyip. WASD, move battle bunyip, jump button. Yeah, you guys can all kind of just read that real quick. It's nothing super special. I can basically go punch things, and if I have enough energy, I can do a really big AoE attack around me. Frills will try and attack me, usually by jumping on top of bunyip. I have a supply of health that is separate from my normal form. There are certain enemies that are best dealt with in the bunyip, but I think that's about it for the battle bunyip. Oh, we do have some areas that have a unique mechanic that interacts with the battle bunyip.
Come on, Possum. We have to make it to the old barracks. Not far to go
and
now.
I did just see something that I'd forgotten about as far as the opals go. I can get a multiplier that increases the amount of opals I get. It's nothing too special, so I kind of forgotten about, but defeating more enemies kind of builds the combo multiplier up. I believe 15 is the highest, but I'm not 100% certain. Also, I am placing a bit of an emphasis on running to go grab the opals just simply because of the fact that they do in fact expire. Yeah, that's the little thing that you can interact with as a battle bunyip. Run, koala, run! Ow.
I'm here to help you, mate.
Don't worry about me. There's a battle mortar in the old barracks. It's the only thing that can defend the ground troops from those demon fluffies.
I'm there.
You little beauty!
I have to admit, I really love the voice acting in this because it is just kind of out there. It is definitely the kind of voice acting that I expect for the time period when these games were made. And I say that like it was... Oh, now that I think about it, I think this game is actually from the before 2010, so yeah, it's probably at least a decade old. I hadn't really thought much about that matter. Makes me feel kind of old, but this is an enjoyable thing, just taking care of the enemies because I don't remember if any of them despawn, and I just want to go maximize the opals I can get, and it's not like leaving that guy on a... Oh, there's a frill and he jumped on me because I was distracted. But yeah, it's not like leaving that guy unattended will actually cause me to fail or anything, so I can kind of take a bit of a leisure stroll as far as expediency is concerned. But we'll jump up here and take over this and be prepared for me to be absolutely awful because I am terrible at leading my shots in games, and I need to do that for part of this. Julius's science fact number 1024, battle mortar. Press X right trigger to launch mortars, use the left stick or the right stick to aim the battle mortar, use up and down directional pad to zoom in, out, tip. The radar shows you targets that you have to shoot. And I will be perfectly honest, when I was, okay, come on, I thought I could just, hold it down, but no, I do have to actually press it, but I can press either of the two buttons. Telescopic lens to see the incoming attack.
The dropships are onto you!
But the fact that I can just kind of go by and only press one is fine. Like I said, oh, I actually got that. I was about to say I'm terrible at leading the shot, so there's going to be a bunch of things that sneak through and manage to hit me and such. And I want to try and take care of these guys as much as I can, but I am not exceptionally good at it. Hitting the skull of the demon fluffies is what I need to do to go and take care of them as far as I can recall. Okay, there's that ship, but it's not the one I was actually worried about. There's the one I was actually worried about. Oh, yep, I'm entirely missing it. That one's getting way too close for comfort. That one's extremely too close. Ow, I did just take some damage. I took a whole quarter of my health just then. Let's try not to have that happen again. Oh, I had to reload. Okay, we took care of that. You guys are getting close. I'm probably going to take damage from one of you guys, I suspect. Ow. Okay, don't know if that was actually me taking damage or just stuff going on in the environment. Okay. Dear goodness. I do not like all of you being close, and I forgot about one of them over here. Ow. Yep, it's dealing damage. Oh my goodness. Oh, and that one's so close too. Oh, I took more damage without realizing it. Oh, and now I'm being shot by that. I might actually fail this, which will be really embarrassing. But, oh, I didn't take care of that demon fluffy. Oh, I am going to fail this. Yep.
That's taken care of
Oh
those
no, I
demon
succeeded.
fluffies, Possum. Hang on, what's that?
I have no idea how I actually succeeded that. Don't ask me.
Shivers!
Fluffy,
That gate leads to the old jail.
where Boss Cass is being held prisoner.
It's been a diversion for a jailbreak.
Not if I can help it. I'll take care of it, Shaz.
Admittedly, that's the worst I've done in any of the recordings. I haven't actually...
Hey, you!
Well, 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 the little orange rat has come out to play.
I know what you're up to and you're not gonna get away with it.
Whatever.
I hadn't actually failed in any of the recordings, but also I think the best I ever did was only taking half of my health and damage, which is still not exceptional. Ow. Normally I take damage here from the little floating things and not from the crabs, which are usually very easy to deal with. It makes me feel kind of foolish that I took any damage for one. But we can go and get a fair amount of opals from this, so I am trying to do that to the best of my abilities. I had been managing to sneak by with about 3,000 opals, and I'm hoping to manage to do the same this time around for this first area, but no guarantees that I'll manage to do that, because we're about to go into a boss fight.
You're hanging around like a bad smell.
Hold it right there.
And I've said it in basically every video, but I'll say it again in this one.
Hey, Fluffy.
It's impressive what Ty can do with motorcycle controls for this.
I'm not gonna let you break Cass free.
Oh yeah? You and whose army?
I don't need an army.
I think you're going to now. Boys, enjoy your meal.
I do find it funny that Fluffy's kind of just moves based off of Fluffy's gestures and such, where Ty has like actual motorcycle controls for everything. And to a certain degree, like the moving and punching, I can understand that with motorcycle controls. But like the gestures he makes in the cutscene, that I can't really picture how you would do that with the motorcycle controls, admittedly. I'm still a bit short for where I want to be with the opals, and I think I'm not going to be able to make it to 3,000, because I don't believe Fluffy gives me any. Is there any frills left before I actually start worrying about Fluffy? Not that I can see. Oh yeah, I also love the little glide for this. Just the exhaust on the arms allows it to glide a little. And Fluffy will go and like guard against attacks and such, so you do have to kind of try to get them to attack and such if I remember correctly. Though they will just also walk into attacks too, so maybe I was just overthinking things and misremembering things. Oh, they guarded so little compared to every other time I played this.
Thanks, mate. I thought I was a goner.
At last, I'm free!
Not if I can help it.
As usual, Ty, your pathetic friends have gotten in your way.
Toodles, Ty.
So long, loser!
I do actually enjoy Boss Cass as a antagonist.
Ty, what happened?
Cass got away.
You did the best you could, Possum.
Yeah, mate. If it wasn't for you, I would have been dead meat.
I could have done better. Next time, I'll be ready.
And it is with great pride that I cut this ribbon and officially declare open Baramaji Bush Rescue. It's a state-of-the-art facility with an observation tower, research lab, airstrip, and advanced headquarters.
That's you, Possum.
Good on you, mate.
Dennis, you won't regret this. With Bush Rescue, we're ready to take on Boss Cass the next time he strikes.
Well, it's not going to be that easy, I'm afraid.
Why not?
I've just got word that Cass has set up his own country just so he can have diplomatic immunity.
You mean it's an immunity community?
That stinker.
Diplomatic whatty?
As the newly elected president of Cassopolis, Boss Cass and his diplomats are above the law as long as they're here on official Cassopolis business.
They can double park, open other people's mail, and leave the milk out. And Sergeant Bluey can't touch him.
Which is why it's important for us to find out what his plans are and catch him in the act.
Well, there's no time to stand around gasbagging. We've got work to do. The local council has been complaining about crocodiles in the sewers, mate. Go see Ranger Ken to sort it out.
So there are... Oh, I forgot that. We have a little pop-up here, so I'll read that real quick. Julius's Science Fact number 2223, Digital Rescue Assistant, DRA. The DRA is a portable computer that all Bush Rescue members carry. It's full of important information, including the rescue missions that have been assigned to you. Press the DRA button to open the DRA. Yeah. And we have a number of these. I'm going to ignore them for right now. What I am going to focus on is getting all the opals that I can from around here, talking for a short bit, and then worrying about the other tutorial space that is in this area here. Also, I absolutely love the climbing in this because it is just absolutely funny to me how Ty just kind of goes and still uses his boomerangs in his hands and uses them like little hooks to climb, for lack of a better way to describe it. But yeah, one of the first things I'm gonna say, because I already forgot what I was starting to say before, was I love that Cass oh no, I remember what one of the things I was going to say before. I love how all the different things that are said about what Cass can do with his diplomatic immunity all seem like kind of just minor nuisance things. Though, if I remember right, in the United States, opening one's mail actually is a major crime. But, yeah, I know that one of the things that always bothered me slight... Ow, that's a lot of damage from the fall, but, wait, actually, now that I think about it, wasn't there supposed to also be someone... No, wait, they're over here, aren't they? Now that I think about it. I'm trying to remember where things are, but, it always bothered me, even as a kid, that, Boss Cass's space was called Cassopolis. Just simply because of the fact that I always associate the suffix of opolis with cities and such, and I did not do that quite. No, I actually was doing that right. So I need to go at it from over here. The little invisible things, while being somewhat easier to see, are also better blending in this game, I feel like. But if you kind of know what you're looking for in certain areas, you can just go and get around without needing the infrarang. Now, I say that, and I'm going to end up going and getting the infrarang as my first boomerang anyway. But we've got a silver cog with this. Silver cogs are not needed for getting boomerangs in this game, unlike how golden cogs were needed in the previous game. Upgrades to rangs and such are not gotten through, like visiting Julius. Upgrades to boomerangs are unlocked later on, I believe, after we can go and visit a shop that's not in this little main starting town where we're at right now. But I should have just about all of the stuff that I need from around here, and I think I've said all of the stuff that I can think that I had wanted to say. These little things, as you've seen, are a new way for opals to kind of be held. Different colors are different increments of opals, but they're all more than... I think the lowest one has a value of 10 opals, which is these blue ones. But yeah, I'm gonna go grab this one and then surface, because otherwise I'm going to be the fool who goes and drowns at a time when I do not have any excuse to. And I probably could go and get... Actually no, because isn't the sign gonna give me a little thing about how to use the freeze rang? Or frosty rang. Julia's science fact 819. Frosty rang. Frosty rangs freeze enemies and put out fires. They can also create ice stepping stones on water. Why don't you try making some ice stepping stones to reach the pontoon? Of course, I actually do not have those boomerangs yet. I was trying to say something about how to acquire the boomerangs in this, and I do not recall if I actually did finish that thought or not, so I'm going to continue that thought, which is boomerangs, the base version of boomerangs. Well, actually, no, not all the base boomerangs are available in the starter town. Some do require a shop that we will unlock later on, if I remember right. But a lot of the boomerangs we're familiar with from the first game are available from a shop in this little first starter town. But for right now, I'm going and taking care of some other things. We have 2 of our new reoccurring NPCs here. Or, I remember right, they're reoccurring.
Hello?
At least as far as this game is concerned.
Crikey! You're a frill lizard. What are you doing here?
What does it look like? I'm working, mate. Not all lizards are bad, you know.
Fair enough.
My name's Sneath, and me mate over there's Keith.
G'day.
I'm the cook, and he's the mechanic. Although we sometimes swap jobs. Either way, I'm usually up to me elbows in grease.
Righto.
I also take care of the bush rescue training program. If you want to scrub up on your rescue skills, just meet me over at that sign.
But with this, we're going to go through the training program.
Righto, mate. First thing you need to know is how to get a better look around the place.
You can do that by using the right analog stick. Just push it left or right to spin the camera around.
Then you can move the camera distance in and out by pressing up and down on the directional buttons.
Mate, did you know that you can tailor the camera to your liking? You can change this through the options menu.
They got that feature in already? I remember the 1960 games where a single flustered cameraman on a unicycle covered the whole event.
I do love some of their remarks and such in that one. Oh, it's scary how that is kind of an accurate description of how some of the old games do seem to have their cameras work.
If you haven't worked it out already, mate, you can use those legs of yours to jump. It's easy, really. Press the jump button to get some air, just like Jess, the jumping Joey from Jabalooka.
Yeah, Sneath and Keith will make remarks several times while we're going through here about different people from different locations. And one of the things that I always wondered and always forget to check is
Before
if those are real
ranks,
locations in Australia or not.
Pearly white choppers.
Yep, and in your case, you've got a good set of teeth on you. Just like Starkey, the snub-nosed shark from Strathpine.
Here's how you can use them to bite things. Just press the bite button when you're near crates or bad guys.
Fair enough.
And, as luck would have it, we've got some crates right here. Why don't you have a go at biting them?
Here's a skill that
I
should
want to
come
say
in
I forgot
handy.
during the cutscene.
See these floating thingamajigs?
They're called spy eggs. Anyways, if you press the bite button repeatedly, you can chain your bites together. Just like Billy, the chain-biting Bilby from Boona.
Righto.
Beauty is, you can chain bite your way up to hard-to-reach places. Why don't you give it a go?
Now I remember one of the thoughts I was having. I did finally actually remember to go take a look at the Sly Cooper games, and they are still, to the best of my knowledge, exclusive to the PlayStation.
Do you know that you can use those two rangs of yours as makeshift wings? That's right. You can hold them out and use them to glide across wide gaps.
All you have to do is press the jump button. And when you're in the air, press and hold the jump button again.
And you glide through the sky like Glenn the gliding goose from Glen Iris.
But yeah, with the Sly Cooper games being exclusive to the PlayStation still, I don't have a way to go and record videos for it and upload it to the channel at current. I absolutely want to do that, but for right now it has to wait until 1, my new computer is finished, and 2, I figure out a way to get my PlayStation to not overheat
Well,
all
looky
the time.
here. Some water. Just like a big bath. But you wouldn't know what that is, would you, Keith?
Steady on there, mate. Anyways, Ty, we'll teach you how to swim in the water. It's easy, really.
When you're in the drink, press the bite button to dive, then tap the jump button to start swimming.
And yes, the PlayStation is like cleaned out on inside and such. There isn't like a huge bit of dust and such. It's just I had one of the
You
models
can
of
swim all
PlayStation
right,
that-
mate. Time to learn how to dive.
All you have to do is run and press the jump button near the water's edge. Then press the bite button to do a dive. I reckon you'll take to it like Dave the diving duck from Darwin.
But I just simply have one of the PlayStations that is from one of the iterations, models. I don't know what right term for it would be, that I was constantly being told was semi-infamous for just having overheating issues. How true that is or isn't, I don't know. But on the matter of hearing Glen Iris and Darwin and this, those are the two names that make it so that I don't know if these are like fictional locations or actual locations, because to the best of my memory, Darwin and Glen Iris are both real locations in Australia.
There are some places that are too high to jump up.
In some of these places, you might find a bunch of vines, or even a ladder.
Like this one here.
Anyways, just walk into them to start climbing. Easy, eh?
If you want to get off, just press the jump button. I reckon you'll be as good a climber as Matt the Mountaineering Magpie. He's from Maroochydore.
And its name's like Maroochydore, where I hear it and it's like, that could be a fake name, or it could be a real name.
See that target way up there?
If you hold down Ty's view button, you'll get a ring's eye view of the place. You can throw your rings with greater accuracy this way. Why don't you give it a go now?
And we'll go break that. And we're gonna get to one of the parts that
Careful, mate. There's a big drop just ahead.
You know how we taught you to glide across gaps, right? Well, if you ever jump off a cliff, you can reach the bottom safely by gliding.
Yeah, mate, go on. Jump off this cliff and give it a go.
Something, you wouldn't jump off a cliff if your friends did, would you? Isn't that how the thing goes? But we are going to get to one of my favorite parts of this, which is rail grinding, which is...
Here's something you might find useful when you're up against Cass's goons.
What's that?
It's the ability to lock onto a bad guy and always hit him with your rings.
When you see a bad guy, press the lock-on button. While you hold the button down, you'll always face your foe.
When you throw your ring, it'll head right for him no matter which way you're running.
Have a go on this fella here.
Which is the rail
See
grinding
these rails?
here.
Well, if you jump up on them, you can start grinding.
It's a great way to get around the place. Why don't you give it a whirl?
But the rail grinding very much makes me think of Sly Cooper, which is... I'm going to talk about Sly Cooper and compare it to this game a lot, even though...
Well done, mate. You've learnt just about every bush rescue trick in the book.
I've got an interesting job for you, mate. Julius needs you at the Gunna Gunna training grounds to test his latest invention.
But I'm going to end up making comparisons between the two semi-frequently. Not necessarily because they're... Not because they're really worth... Or not... Worth is not the right word. Not because they're similar games that I should be comparing, but because they're both games from my childhood that I have put more playtime into than just about any other game that is not an MMO, I think. And even most MMOs, I don't think I have the amount of playtime that I do in Sly Cooper and Ty franchises. Julius's science fact number 824. Buy new rings. The red gems that you collect are opals. You can use them to buy stuff. Why don't you enter the ring shop up ahead to see what new boomerangs are available? And I will do that in just a moment. I'm so very close to having enough to reach the next increment of 1,000 that I want to do that real quick. I don't know that I'm going to worry too much about any of that right there, because those all require the... Oh crud, I cannot remember the name of it. It's not lasso ring. Lasso ring was
G'day,
from
son.
the first
Glad
game.
you can make it into
and
me shop. I've got some beaut boomerangs for sale today. Choose carefully though. We have a no returns policy.
Yeah, the lash ring lets you move around with the hook. The camera ring is basically camera mode as far as I can recall. I actually...
Haven't you got anything else better to do, son?
Yes, I'm gonna buy the Infarang and get out of
That's
here,
a
otherwise you're
ripple
gonna
of a
keep
rang,
questioning
son.
me.
Bye, son.
But, I've now lost my train of thought. Well, it hopefully wasn't a, important train of thought. Because I don't think I'm gonna find the ticket to board that train anytime again soon.
Hello, Ty.
There is a person that we can go to get some of the little maps to help us find things. I don't really know if I'm actually going to go and do that. Actually, I probably will in the end, but for the time being, I'll probably leave it be. I need to use the chrome orbs, which are...
Hello, Ty.
Oh, that is not how I thought that was going to work in this one. But, that over there on the little floating platform above Ty's head on the screen is a chrome orb, which is... Chrome orbs are used for unlocking the, collectible things and not specifically... Let's try this. There we go. And not specifically these, right? I think these use, the golden cogs for. We should be able to find out by going to this shop, I think.
Try the bob's the name, trading's the game. As long as you tried opals. Let me know if you see anything you like.
Yeah, this gets us a bit of a preview at some of the other bunyups, so I'll go leave this bit in. Yeah, we use silver cogs to go and get outfits and different appearances for the Orby, but the chrome orbs we use to get maps for collectibles. But we are going to go ahead and call things in this video to an end here. I am going to go and immediately do another recording after this, but I think it'll just be one more. But hopefully you enjoyed this first episode. Everything should have gone fine this time, and hopefully nothing broke. But if you enjoyed this episode, please leave a like on the video. If you enjoy the content I make, please subscribe to the channel. I hope you have a wonderful day or night, depending on when you're watching this. And I hope to see you in a future video or stream.